Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your Tuesday evening Facebook Live. My name is Sarah Edwards. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you guys live every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 to show you a fun new project. Whew, that's always a mouthful trying to get out. I just heard my iPad go off, so that means we are live. It will take a few minutes for it to show up in people's news feed, so I'm just going to chit-chat for a second. Hopefully you guys had a great day. I got so much accomplished today. I started prepping the make and takes for the July retreat, and I got 3 of them completely done, ready to go, and it is so exciting because they made me so happy creating all of them. It actually made me a little bit sad as well because I didn't have my helper out here running the embossing machine with me. So that is always a little sad of a moment when I'm sitting there running the machine and I don't have my little sidekick beside me, but it's okay. We're getting through it. But, oh, sorry, I just got a tickle. But hopefully you guys had a good day. I am really grateful you guys cannot see my work surface right now because I'm sure many of you would probably be like, oh, I cannot believe she's working in such a mess. Yes, it is a little bit of a obstacle course today, but hopefully I don't knock anything over and we don't have any major catastrophes because there's a lot on my desk. There's a lot going on back here. But good evening, everybody. Hello, Valerie. Hello, Marie. Good evening. If you're just logging on, say hi so I know you're here. Today, maybe tomorrow, or maybe on Thursday, I'm not quite sure. I'm focusing on the Butterfly Kisses bundle. That is what my class to go is for next month, and I still have a few spots open. Hopefully another email will be coming out tomorrow or the next day. I can't remember. I kind of schedule them to go out periodically. But if you are in love with the designer series paper, the embellishments, the stamp set, it is the perfect way to get all of it, plus extra cards to go with your kit. But I'm doing another card with that today, and I thought I would bring in the... I just lost the name of it. Hold on. Let me see. It is called the Border Basic Dies. I know I've used those in the past and I haven't used them in a while, so I thought I would pull those in and show you guys some cute fun cards with that. Good evening, Jane. Hello, Darlene. Okay, let's scoot you over so we can get crafting. So let me bring in what we're going to be playing with today. So it is the Butterfly Basics. Let me make sure I have my iPad up so I can read comments. There we go. So this is what my product focus is. This is the class to go. You get the dies, the stamp sets. If you choose, you can just get the class itself. The class itself will come with all of this beautiful, amazing, fun designer series paper. I think my little packaging broke, my paper, the little plastic that goes in it, so I am trying to keep all of those together. So it will come with that, and it will come with the gems. It will have a full pack, not partially used pack. And for today's card, I brought in the Basic Borders dies. You can definitely tell I've used these some because they are a little bent from running them through the embossing machine. But they are super fun and just adds a little bit of pizzazz to your card. And that's what I wanted to show you guys today. So let's bring in the card we're going to be making. Let's see. Hello, Carol. How are you? Okay, so this is the card we're going to be making. I don't know if you can see, but I did use the glimmer paper for the butterfly. I was thinking about using cardstock and then using the Wink Stella to color it, but then I was like, why wouldn't I just use glimmer paper? And I did do a little bit of heat embossing along the bottom, and I only heat embossed this because it was on the darker cardstock. If you're using lighter cardstock, you can use some of our inks on it. But I really like the way it turned out, so I think I'm going to do all of them with the heat embossing. Okay, so we have a little bit of cutting to do. I did pre-prep 2 of them, but this one I thought we should do from start to finish together. So our cardstock that we have is 4 1/4 by 11, and I scored it right in half at 5 1/2. Oh, Jessica, you're watching until the airplane door closes. This piece is 4 by 5 1/4. Basic white. This is 3 3/4 by 3 1/4. And our designer series paper is 3 1/2 by 3. Hopefully I got that right on the measurements that I typed in. It's 3 1/2 by 3. For some reason, I think I might have messed that up, but hopefully not. Okay, let me grab our machine because we're going to start with the basic borders first. So you have your cardstock, and I am going to line up the bottom pieces. So both of your designer series paper and cardstock is lined up at the bottom. And there is a method to my madness why I do this. So when you are especially using the basic border dies, if you want it to be in the exact same place, layer them together, run them through, and then when you pop it off, it will be lined up perfectly. And I'll show you what I mean in a second. So I'm just lining that up to the bottom, kind of making sure it's the same on both sides. And I'm going to sandwich this. There we go. And run this through. And then I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm just going to run it one more time just for good measures. So now when you pull this apart and you're going to center your designer series paper, it is in the same spots. So there's those two. And then I wanted to bring in some of the glimmer paper. And I want to bring in some of our butterflies. So we're going to layer these butterflies, I think. So I want one dark, so I'm going to flip one over to the dark side. That kind of was funny. Okay, and then this one is going to be on the lighter side. Perfect. Run this through. And with the video with the class to go, I will show you guys the ins and the outs of all of these butterflies. But you can cut just the outside, you can cut just the inside, or you can cut them both together. And we just cut them both together, but I'm just going to flip this over and we'll pull them apart in a second because we have one more piece to cut and then we're done. And this one is going to be the inside of the ladybug. And I don't know if many of you have had a chance to flip through your holiday catalog yet, but they brought back the black glimmer paper. And I honestly think this is going to look amazing with the black glimmer paper as the body. So there's our body. Here are our wings. And look how beautiful that is. It literally pops all of these guys out. And if you wanted to, you could really run this through in different glimmer papers and then fill in the pieces. Oh, that would be pretty spectacular also. So here are our butterfly pieces. Pop all these little guys out that didn't come out with the die, but they actually came out pretty easy. Well, besides that one. There we go. So we get this shrapnel out of the way. And then we can start putting our card together. So remember how I ran that through together? And when I separated it, now I can put it in the center and my scallops are going to be perfect. Exactly where you want them. Grab some adhesive. You can use adhesive of your choice. I am a green glue girl. Okay, so that is glued down. We're going to hold off on the butterfly and we're going to bring in our piece of cardstock. So I am just going to line this up and take my embossing buddy, and they brought the embossing buddy back also. Hopefully you guys saw that. And I'm just going to run this across the bottom. And I'm not gluing this down just yet. Just in case I make a boo-boo, we can flip it over and use the other side. It's perfection. So I'm going to ink this up in the Versamark. And I'm going to come down here and I'm going to stamp it. Hopefully it's centered and straight. Okay, that doesn't look too shabby. Close the Versamark really quick. Bring in, we can take this off now. Bring in our white embossing powder. I don't emboss very often, and I really probably should because I love doing it. I think it is the coolest thing. I remember when I first started crafting, I literally had to jump up out of my seat and go show my husband the embossing because it was so cool. Definitely make sure you put the lid back on before we bring in the heat tool. I know I always say that when I do use the embossing powder. Okay, it's going to be a little loud, so I apologize. But we're just going to heat this up, and hopefully the video shows it turn colors. It melts the little tiny plastic pieces in there. It does take a hot second just for it to start going. Oh, there it goes. Hopefully you guys can see how cool that is. It's probably one of my favorite things to do, and I should do it more often. There you go. So glad you exist. And now we can glue this piece down. Well, let's get the piece of butterfly off the back of it. Put some adhesive on there, and then we're just going to line this up. There we go. And now we can bring in our butterfly and put our butterfly together. So since this one, I did use the piece that cuts out the inside, we're probably not going to be able to use dimensionals unless you put one right in the center, and we might be able to do that. I only have my mini black ones on me, but that's okay. And this way, your butterfly will have wings and it can fly. So we are going to do the larger one up top. And the smaller one down at the bottom. Excuse me, I have a tickle in my throat. And then this one is going to go right across it. Now, do you remember when you are using glimmer paper, nothing sticks to glimmer paper but mini glue dots. So we are going to have to put a couple mini glue dots on the back of this guy. Otherwise, he will fall off and not stick. There we go. And then let's bring in our card base. Let's fold that, give it a good crease. And you can go ahead and put some adhesive on. I know, Jessica, I just saw your comment. Yes, we all went to the dark side. There we go. And then we can't forget about a few little gems. It's a super easy card, but it's so cute. It literally just puts a smile on your face. And I'm just going to use actually I want them all up top. This is the Fresh Freesia. So I just used the Fresh Freesia gems just because of the Designer Series paper is Fresh Freesia. So super cute, right? And the glimmer paper is not Fresh Freesia, but I really liked the contrast of the Orchard Oasis in the glimmer paper. So there's that one. Let me bring in the same. We're using the, I just lost the name of that paper and I just said it. Anyway, we're using the same paper. And as you can see, I already cut this one, so I lined them up at the bottom, went ahead and ran this through, so now when I pick it up, all of my points are in the same exact spots. That's what I was trying to explain, and hopefully I explained it. Oh, you could really use that side too. No, we're going to stick with the side that I originally picked. So there we go. We're just going to set that down so I can run my embossing buddy over. And I do have You're My Bestie right here. I'm just going to clean it and make sure there's no ink on it from last time I used it. And I think this one I'm going to put You're My Bestie. It's a little bit bigger of an image, but I like it. There we go. Let's put the lid on this so I don't blow powder on my Versamark pad. And the next one, I think I might I have some mementos beside me. I think instead of heat embossing, I'm going to use mementos on the last card just to see which one looks better. Remember, lid on. Heat gun is going to be a little loud, so I apologize. Let me bring this up so you guys can see once it starts turning colors. Oh, there it goes. Oh, so brilliant. There we go. And all we have to do is assemble now. Super easy. Once you get these cuts, you can have an assembly line and put them all together. Now this one I didn't do the insides of the butterflies, so we can definitely use dimensionals to pop all of these guys up. So I'm going to put a dimensional on each wing. I'm getting down to the nitty gritty and having to cut the edges on these guys. So we're going to do the large one up top. I'm going to do the smaller one on bottom, and then we have our inside. So the inside piece, I brought in the black dimensionals because this is a black piece for the inside. And my original one that I did, I put a dimensional at the top and bottom, but it made it too high for the bottom. So this one, I'm just going to put a mini glue dot at the bottom and then a dimensional on top. And when I go to set this in, I'm going to set the dimensional right in the crack. That's kind of funny. Right in the crack. And there we go. Super easy and super cute. So many different ways you guys can make these cards. You can pick and choose your colors. You can pick and choose your designer series paper. Literally, possibilities are endless. And where did my little gems go? They were, oh, there they are. And this one we have lots of different colors, so I'm going to use, I'll probably use up the rest of these guys. Let's do that color, and let's do another one of the yellows. There we go. Super fun and super cute. Okay, last one. All these are already cut, ready to go. I'm doing the Parakeet Party on Parakeet Party. And this one I think I'm going to stamp in black in mementos. And I think I want to use You're My Bestie. Let's just lay this on here for a quick second, just to make sure I'm going to get this centered. I'm going to ink this up really good. There we go. And I think with all of the Parakeet Party in here, I think the black is definitely going to pop. So if you are not a fan of embossing, heat embossing, you don't have to. Just using a bit of a lighter color as your backgrounds, you can use our mementos. There we go. And this one we're going to have to glue down because our mini dimensionals are not even going to fit. Even though they're super mini, they're not going to fit. And our adhesive strips would work perfect for this guy as well. So there's that one. This one I'm just going to come in, this centers, and put a little adhesive. the inside. I could pop up the whole thing. And then our black dimensionals. The one nice thing about using the black dimensionals, you can tell if you don't pull the little backing off because it's white. Oh, spectacular. Love, love, love this one. And I don't have any more of the Parakeet Party gems. I used them all. I actually think I might wait and use our black gems on this one. I think that's what I'm going to do. I love the contrast of this. Simply gorgeous. All you have to do is attach this, and I will put the black gems on later because I don't have any over here beside me. So there we go. We have just created 3 super cute and super fun cards, and they are actually going to go out into the mail tomorrow. I already know exactly who needs these cards, and I'm sending them out. It's always good just to send cards out for no particular reason, just because you're thinking about somebody. So there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed tonight's live. Thank you, Darlene. They were super fun to make. And it is my class to go for July. And registration, I think, closes at the end of the month. I can't remember the exact date, but pretty close to the end of the month. So you still have plenty of time to register for it. If you guys need anything, please feel free to reach out. I will be in the studio all day tomorrow and pretty much for the rest of the week, and card classes on Saturday. So if you're free for Saturday, we do have a card class. There's 2 sessions, 8 a.m. or 11 a.m., and you can pick and choose which one you want to come to. Okay, have a great evening, and I'll see everybody on Thursday. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.